This is Tammy, and having conversations around spiritual authority and midlife reinvention. And so today I wanted to talk about the reinvention part. And I kind of don't really want to um, call it midlife because there are so many people, especially women that I encounter in their early 30s and mid 30s that are in this space as well. And so I want to include them as well, but know that I'm talking about midlife reinvention. And so some things in the midlife reinvention, I have some notes over here, but typically, you start to do that because you feel like you're living your life on repeat, like you just keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And we all know from Susan Powder in the 80s that that is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Just not happening. So, also, a part of this, and one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here and share about this is because many times this is the result of people undercharging and overgiving. And I'm talking to my girlies that are in the personal health space, doing coaching, doing nutritionist, doing social work, sociology, counseling, all kinds of things. I'm talking to all of you guys because you know what I'm talking about. So you're in the middle of reinvention because you're not charging enough. You're not charging enough so that you feel worthy of the work. Not only that, you're not charging enough so that you can pay your bills, because that really is why we charge, is because we also have bills as well. Yes, we do. Spiritual people, I hate to say it, but we also eat. We also pay light bills and mortgages and rent, and car payments and car insurance and cell phone bills and internet. And I could go on and on and on. However, I'm talking about this midlife reinvention. And so a part of that is when you get here, you begin to question everything. You begin to question everything. You begin to question what happened when you were younger and the relationships that you have had over your lifetime, whether it is um, family or friends. You begin to question all of those things. You begin to question who it is that you are on an elemental level. You begin to question what it is that you want, because many times, once we get to midlife, we have had kids, we have had relationships, we've had children. Some of us have taken care of our parents even in midlife. So we've had all of these different dynamics around us at that time. And so you start doing that. And then the other part is, for me, what has started happening for me is I got exhausted always being the strong one. Everybody expects that I'm going to do what is required. Everybody expects that I'm not going to freak out over anything. I'm not going to fall apart. I'm not going to, unalive myself. I am not doing any of that. Because why? Because I have always been strong, and I'm still the strong one. And even in relationships, which is something that I ask God for, is some beautiful relationships where I didn't have to always be the strong one. And so what is showing up for me in this period of reinvention is beautiful people have come into my life. And I'm so grateful that I don't have to be the strong one. I can actually have conversations about things that I am dealing with someone who cares, and also someone who's not going to get in the middle of it, but is going to tell me and give me the insight that I need, as someone that's not only on the outside, but someone who is intuitive, someone who shares that gift. And so that is so beautiful to me. And it's something that in midlife, especially as women, and we are reinventing ourselves, we need these things, because there are people that come to you, and I believe that it's energies that we need. We need certain energies around us, because I have some friends that I talk to a few times a week, some that I talk to pretty much every day. I have some that I talk to maybe once a week. I have some that I talk to, it might be months before we talk. We'll text. We'll text sometimes all day. But it might be months before we actually sit down and have a conversation. And it's okay because those are good relationships and they work for us. They don't stress us out. I'm not trying to perform. They're not trying to perform. We're just loving on each other. And when we talk, it's like we were never separated. This is the thing that is so amazing that you can cultivate in the middle of your life in this time of reinvention. Because I'm telling you that as sure as my name is Tammy, if you are at even 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you are going to invent yourself. Because if you weren't, you would not be listening to me. So you're in that space of reinvention, or you're about to step into it. A lot of times for me, I start seeing things that I haven't started dealing with or that are coming before it actually hits, before it actually comes. And so I start seeing these things, and I know, I know that over these 50 years that I've been on this earth, this time, I know that. So as we are shifting in our identity, because what happens is we begin to see our identity shift. It starts to shift, y'all. It really does. And it's the craziest thing because a lot of times we don't even feel it. We don't even know that that is happening. Hello, Christine. Thank you for joining. We don't even know that that's happening, but it is. You know what? It's just shifting right underneath us. And we feel it slipping. It's almost like you feel your old self slipping away, and you need to let it slip, let it go. A lot of times we will feel that. And instead of allowing it to go so that we can grow, we go and try to grab hold of it and just get it and bring it back. And oh my God, it's like, no, let that thing go. It's like an ex. I used to have people, I used to do readings on TikTok, and I would have people come on and they want to know how can they get their ex back. And my thing is, it's an ex for a reason. Why would you want them back? That is always my question to them. Why would you want your ex back? The reason why they're an ex is because you're not doing the thing together. Let it go. And these are the things that I would say. Or I would tell them, you know the answer to that. So why you come on here playing in my face, as the people say? Why are you playing with me? Go somewhere and sit down because you already know the answer to that. And that is one of the things about me. And that is how, I like to work with my clients because I don't want anybody to get handicapped. I don't want you to always be looking to me for all of your guidance. No, my job is to help you, to give you the guidance that you need, and also to help you learn how to interpret your own and get your own guidance for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes you don't go to people and get a reading or get a message or get a word or whatever it is that you feel like you need. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are times where we outsource our energy because we need to be insourcing it. We need to be coming from the inside, getting the things that we need from the inside. But we are so busy outsourcing, running after this reader or this person or that guru or this person, looking for somebody else to give us a word that is inside of us. And so that is even another part to me of this midlife reinvention, as well as stepping into your spiritual authority. Because when you step into your spiritual authority, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know what your protection is. You know what to do. But so many of us at this midlife, we want to run around here and act confused. Oh, I'm so confused. I don't even know what to do. I thought I wanted to do this, but I want to do that. And that's okay. It is okay. You're not confused. You're just on the precipice. You're on the brink of opening this huge, big old door for yourself. That's it. You're on the precipice. You're on the brink. You just have to stay the course. You just have to keep swimming. You just have to give yourself time and grace and forgiveness because so many women, You can forgive anybody else. And I know this for sure. You can forgive anybody else. But for some reason, you can't forgive yourself. You hold yourself hostage. You, whew, yeah. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I will more than likely be back on again tomorrow, maybe probably sometime in the week. But make sure that you're following me and checking out my podcast, Straight Out of Savannah, where the magic happens. At present, I'm doing a collaborative episode. It airs on every Friday at 5:11 p.m. It also goes to YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, and all the other places where you can listen as well. Uh, let's see, what was the other thing? Also, I'm doing a workshop on the third Wednesday of the month. I'm doing a workshop on permission revoked. I would love it if you would join me. It's free. We'll be doing it on Zoom. I will drop the link in a post or something here, or yeah, or put it. Yeah, I'll put it somewhere. But yeah, so I'm doing this workshop. I'm doing them every third Wednesday. So if you don't catch this one, you'll catch the next one. There are no replays. You have to be in the room. It is a workshop with an activation. So come prepared, come grounded. If you don't come grounded, I'll help you get grounded. But yeah, so we're gonna have a great time, and I'm super, super excited about that. I also do the blog post the day prior to the podcast dropping. So on Thursday, the blog post will drop as well over here on Substack. So I'm super excited about that. That's something new that I started, and I am just happy to be doing it, to be of service, to help to get some more people out. And I'm also doing a solo episode as well this week, which I thought this might be it. But I'll be doing another solo episode this week as well. Um, and you can also check out my stand store at Intuitive Tammy. I have lots of free and paid resources that are available. I do some amazing, amazing energy work. So if that is something that you are interested in and that's what you desire, I do it on Zoom. And if you are in the coast of Washington, you can come in and do it in person. But I don't do very many of those. So most of them are on Zoom. Um, and then I also have some things that are coming up. Like I have some small group things that I want to do. Like I don't want any more than 6 people, and so I'm really trying to work it out where I have everything that they need because I don't want to make it, exhaustive and just too much. Because I've been in containers like that where it was just too much. There was no way I could, do all that stuff. It was like going to school, do all that stuff they wanted me to do, and then work and do my own business. So it was like just too much. So I take that into consideration because I know that for me, the shorter the better. So that's something that I'm going to really, really take into consideration as I create this program. So again, thank y'all for being here. Oh, I have a couple of books too. I forgot to mention that. I have some books that I've written. Amazon, Walking Away is my memoir, and it is on Amazon and also Bookspeak. And Why Do I Keep Choosing the Wrong Partner is on Booksby. So that is another book that I wrote, and it's a little book, just enough so that you can see, the patterns. You can see your patterns and you can shift it. And so I have some exercises and everything in there to help you. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching me. I appreciate you. If you're a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not, why not? Subscribe. Um, and I'm also always looking for paid subscribers, anything that will help me with this work, because y'all know that this work is needed and necessary. And the more people that are out here doing this work, I believe the better for our world. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll be back on again more than likely tomorrow. Bye now.